Candy Power Rankings. Y'all know this is what we do. It's Tuesday at 6:30 on Unsportsmanlike in the NFL season. We got to give you the top 5 teams in the NFL. And Smalls, I feel good about this list. Not as confident as I was last week. But I feel pretty good about this list. There's been some shakeups in the power rankings.
All right.
Some big-time losses.
No more undefeated teams.
Right.
The 72 Dolphins, Mercury Morris, God bless his soul. I don't know if they're popping champagne, but they should be, because ain't nobody going undefeated this year. But that doesn't mean that we can't rank the teams that reign supreme in the NFL through the first 5 weeks. So, the Candy Power Rankings are brought to you by SoFi. Get your money right. Are we ready?
Ready.
All right. Are we going?
Ready.
All right, Pat Costello, if you will.
Number 5.
The Indianapolis Colts.
Ooh.
The Colts won 3 of the first 5 games by 20 points or more. First team to do so since the Bills and the Cowboys in 2023, both of which won their division. On Sunday against the Raiders, Indy scored 6 straight touchdowns and had 40 unanswered points. That's hard to do no matter who you play in the NFL. This season, Indy has scored a touchdown or field goal on 65% of their offensive possessions. 30 of 46 drives have been scoring drives for the Colts. That's the highest rate by any team through the first 5 games of the season in the last 45 years. They surpassed the greatest show on turf, Rams, in 2000, that led the NFL in terms of possessions scored through their first 5 games. They've passed those guys.
They've passed the greatest show on turf.
Through the first 5 games in terms of number of scoring drives, percentage of scoring drives in the first 5 games, they passed the greatest show on turf. That's how we need to be looking at the Indianapolis Colts. This is a juggernaut on the offensive side of the ball.
That is crazy when you put it in that perspective.
Crazy work. And here's the thing, Smalls. I understand they do have the blemish on their record when they went up against the Rams. But if you looked at that game, the Colts in a lot of ways beat themselves. A.D. Mitchell, some critical mistakes. He drops the ball going into the end zone for a touchdown. He has a holding call on what should have been the game-winning touchdown run by Jonathan Taylor. If those plays don't happen, the Colts get out of there on the road with the win. They're undefeated, and we're having them in the conversation as best team in the sport. That's how good Indianapolis is.
I have to check stats and research on this, but I'm pretty sure in the 2+ years we've done the CC Power Rankings is the first time the Colts have ever been in it.
That is correct.
Oh, for sure. Without a question.
Just making sure. I point that out.
All right, next.
Number 4.
The Buffalo Bills. Down 2 spots this week after a home loss to the Pats. Turnovers were the issue. 3 total giveaways, including 2 by Josh Allen. Sunday snapped the Bills' 26-game streak of winning/tying the turnover battle, including the playoffs, which was the longest streak in NFL history. The defense, especially the back end, continues to be problematic. They better address it if they want to get to where we all think they can go. Also, I got to be honest, their weapons on the edges leave a lot to be desired. I know we have a bank full of respect for Khalil Shakir. I know we have respect for what Keon Coleman is. Neither one of those guys are bona fide number 1 wide receivers. Curtis Samuel is more of a gadget guy. They don't have a receiver on the edge that can dictate fronter coverage. And I think the Buffalo Bills, if they're going all in to try to win a championship this year, which we all think they should, they might even consider adding to what the strength and identity of this team is, which is the offensive side of the ball, in their quarterback, Josh Allen, getting him a dynamic playmaker at the wide receiver position.
Chris Olave?
I don't hate it.
I'm just throwing out names on the spot here.
I don't hate it.
I'm trying to find a name that maybe they could get, but yeah, they need, let's be honest, I am a huge Steph Diggs guy right this second. They need a wide receiver that is not going to try to take over the locker room.
Sure.
And I don't mean that as an insult. I mean, we've seen it has to be Josh Allen's team. And if there is a guy like Terry McLaurin, it's like the dream kind of guy like that, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
They're not getting him, but you get what I'm saying. A Terry McLaurin type where you could be the number 1 and win Man of the Year simultaneously.
Which way would you go? If you're running the Buffalo Bills, would you add on offense or would you add on defense?
The defense.
Because
I just would. I pay you, Josh, $330 million to make the B-level guy an A-level guy. Okay. I'll pay everybody else to be A-level guys.
Okay. Next.
Number 3.
The Tampa Bay Bucks.
There we go.
Tampa is the first team since the merger to record their first 4 wins of the season, all by go-ahead score in the final minute of the fourth quarter. Winning close games is a skill, and the Big Show has mastered it. Mayfield and Emeka Egbuka are the best quarterback-wide receiver duo in the league right now. On Sunday, the pair were a perfect 7-7, 163 yards and a touchdown. On the season, on throws of 15 air yards or more, the tandem is 10-17, 328 yards and 4 touchdowns. Keep in mind, Tampa won't be whole for a while. Imagine what this offense will look like with Emeka Egbuka, Chris Godwin, Mike Evans, Bucky Irvin, and Rashad White. Scary hours.
Yeah, yikes. When they get healthy, watch out. But now you have me thinking, Baker Mayfield and Emeka Egbuka, the number 1 quarterback wide receiver duo in the NFL right now.
Find me one better.
I know, I'm trying to, and I'm coming up short.
I mean, Jalen Hurts and A.J. Brown seem to be flying together, no?
Oh.
Okay.
Stafford Puka Nacua?
That's a good one.
That's a good one.
That's just typically you, though, hating the Rams.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
Yeah,
I would just say this. They are so explosive.
So good.
They are so explosive. Again, if you're asking me to pick one, that's the one I want. That's the one I want. Because it's not just making the plays, but it's when they making them.
And how they make
Game on the line, we coming through.
Yeah.
Did it week 1 against the Atlanta Falcons.
There's more there. We need to talk more.
Did it last week against the Seahawks on the road. Like, they just did it against the Jets. They just do it every single time in those big moments. And we're not talking about no smoke screens, wide receiver screens, or slants, or option routes. We talking about go balls, fades, deep shots, and they making it happen every single time.
He's gutsy.
He's gutsy.
Baker, he's not afraid.
But Emeka can't be guarded.
He's awesome.
He can't be guarded. Next,
Number 2.
the Philadelphia Eagles.
Down to number 2.
Down to number 2. Philly has fewer yards than their opponent in all 5 games this season. Second defending Super Bowl champ to be outgained in each of its first 5 games. You got to go back to the 87 Giants, the last team to do so. Sunday's loss against the Broncos also snapped a 26-game streak in which Philadelphia had at least 20 rush attempts, the longest active streak in the NFL. Only 1 rush attempt in the fourth quarter when they were up by 2 touchdowns against the Broncos at home. That is inexcusable. It's clear they're going through growing pains with the adjustment to a new play caller while also navigating injuries on the offensive line. They need to find staples for this year's offense that can be effective against how defenses are attacking them based on the film and based on the study that they did in the offseason. The schedule before the bye week, the next 3 games, will give them an opportunity to figure it out. They got the Giants twice, and sandwiched in there is the Minnesota Vikings. Remember, it was around this time last year when the Eagles started to get right. So let's not pretend that the sky is falling. I'm more glass half full than glass half empty when it comes to the reigning defending Super Bowl champs.
I mean, they're going to be fine, but I think that they have every right to drop based on everything that's happened. Because what do you say, winning is the deodorant, right? And so all of their stuff with the wide receivers and their decision-making around how to game plan last week